The mystical role of Soma, inner nectar of immortality, a sacred transmission on the lunar elixir hidden within you. What if immortality is not a fantasy, but a biological reality hidden inside your subtle body? Across the hymns of the Rig Veda, the rishis sang of Soma, the nectar of bliss, the drink of the gods, the luminous substance that grants eternal life. But Soma was never just a physical plant. In the deepest teachings of yoga and tantra, Soma is revealed to be something within you, a cool, luminous essence, secreted in silence, that awakens divine perception, stabilizes Kundalini, and opens the door to liberation. In this sacred teaching, we will explore what Soma truly is, where it is produced in the body, how ancient yogis awakened it, and why it may be the most essential and least understood force on the spiritual path. This is the forgotten nectar of the inner moon, and it is waiting to flow within you. Section 1. Soma in the Vedas, the divine elixir of transcendence. The Rig Veda, one of the oldest scriptures on earth, contains over 120 hymns dedicated to Soma. It is described as immortal, purifying, full of light, flowing in the heavens and in the body, the path to divine wisdom and bliss. In the Vedic ritual, Soma was both a deity invoked during yaja sacrifice and a plant elixir pressed into juice and consumed to induce visionary states. But as time passed, the physical plant was lost, or hidden, and what remained was the symbol and inner essence. The sages preserved Soma's meaning not through chemistry, but through consciousness. They realized the real Soma is not found in fields or mountains. It is secreted by stillness. It is activated by silence, and it flows from the crown of your own being. Section 2. The Bindu Visarga, gateway of the inner nectar. In yogic anatomy, there is a subtle point just behind the crown of the head called the Bindu Visarga, the point of release. Though rarely discussed, this point is known to esoteric yoga lineages as the seat of Soma. From here, in deep meditation or advanced breath practices, a cool, sweet fluid is said to trickle down into the throat. This is called Amrita, the undying essence. This nectar is subtle. You don't taste it with the tongue at first. You feel it as a cooling in the spine, a sweetness in the breath, a blissful quiet in the mind. The yogi learns to receive this nectar not by force, but by entering profound stillness. And when that happens, the body begins to glow from within. Section 3. Kechari Mudra, the key to Soma activation. One of the most revered practices in Hatha Yoga is Kechari Mudra. In this technique, the tongue is gradually trained to curl back and touch the upper soft palate, eventually entering the nasopharyngeal cavity behind the uvula. This is done not as a trick, but as a sacred gesture, to block the downward flow of Soma and redirect it upward. The Hatha Yoga Pradipika states, when the tongue enters the cavity above, it drinks the nectar of immortality. He who perfects this mudra conquers death. HYP 3.35. In Kechari, the yogi becomes a vessel for Soma. The breath slows, the mind becomes transparent, and the inner elixir begins to collect in the throat. It is said that advanced yogis can enter long periods of breathlessness and stillness sustained by this nectar alone. Section 4. Soma and the Moon, the Lunar Connection. Soma is not just a secretion. It is also a cosmic current. In Jyotish Vedic astrology, Soma is ruled by Chandra, the moon. Chandra governs ojas, vital essence, mind and emotional balance, rejuvenation, feminine magnetism, subtle bliss. The moonlight outside us is said to mirror the lunar forces within us, and just as the moon waxes and wanes, so too does the inner flow of Soma. Practices that cultivate this lunar force include Brahma Muhurta meditation between 3:30–5:30 a.m., Chandra Bedana Pranayama, left nostril breathing, cooling mantras like Om Shrim Somaya Nama, moon bathing, safely absorbing moonlight on the body. In Tantra, Soma is the lubricant of Kundalini. Without it, the fire of awakening can scorch the nerves. With it, the serpent rises smoothly, peacefully, blissfully. Section 5. How to awaken Soma, inner alchemy in practice. You cannot force Soma to appear, but you can prepare the body and mind as a cup for its descent. Here are the most sacred and effective ways. 1. Kumbhaka, breath retention. Gentle breath retention after inhalation and Tara Kumbhaka slows the mind and stimulates the pineal and Bindu regions. Do not strain. Begin with 5 to 10 seconds. Meditation on the Bindu. Sit in stillness and gently bring awareness to the back of the head, just above the nape. Visualize cool lunar light gathering there. 3. Kechari Mudra, progressive stages. Begin by lengthening the tongue through daily stretching, then curl it upward to touch the soft palate. With guidance, eventually insert into nasal cavity, stage 4. 4. Japa of cooling mantras, chant mentally. Om Somaya Namah, or Om Amrita Namah. Let the vibrations wash over the Bindu. 5. Preserve ojas, live with discipline, celibacy when appropriate, sattvic diet, and devotion. This creates the vital container for Soma to gather. 6. Sit in silence at night. The yogis say between midnight and 4 a.m. the inner moon opens. This is when Soma flows easiest. Make these hours sacred. Section 6. Soma and the dissolution of death. When Soma is active, something changes. The mind stops chasing. The breath becomes silent, the body becomes light, and the fear of death begins to dissolve, not as an idea, but as a real inner shift. The Upanishads hint at this when they say, the self, drinking the nectar of immortality, knows no death. Katha Upanishad 2.314. In this way, Soma becomes the gateway to Turiya, the fourth state beyond waking, dream, and sleep. It is stillness made liquid. It is light made nourishing. It is the soul's memory of eternal being. Final reflection. Let the nectar flow from silence. You do not need to seek this nectar. Soma flows when you stop chasing, when you sit quietly, breathe gently, and open to the silence behind the breath. No effort, no strain, just presence. And then, like dew forming on the leaves before dawn, Soma gathers. You may feel a coolness in your spine, a sweetness in your throat, or a light behind your eyes. Do not analyze it, just receive. This is the elixir that nourished the rishis. This is the nectar the gods desired, and it is already inside you. Next video, the threefold silence, Mauna, Antarmana, and Paramana.